All right, so the question is, was last year's Tennessee offense the league catching up to Josh Heupel's offense, or was it more about Joe Milton? Well, here's what they're saying in Boston.
Radio.
It's low risk versus high reward.
The Sports Hub.
Quarterback Joe Milton goes to the Patriots in the 6th round. I'll let you guys discuss it rather than vomit. Actually, I hope he does well. He's an 8-4 quarterback. That's what he is. And if you can't process in a system that is made to make life easy on the quarterback, I don't know how you get to the NFL and process. And if you've got the giant arm, but you're under your 25% or something and 20% completion percentage on those deep balls, I don't know how that's going to improve at the next level.
If your roster is so good and so full of talent and you don't have glaring needs across the board, go ahead and make that pick.
That was the reaction in Knoxville after Joe Milton, Tennessee Volunteer, got drafted by the Patriots. That was John Pennington and Chuck Cavalaris. They have this show called The Sports Source down there on the ABC affiliate. Nice. It's got nice production value. They put the entire shows on YouTube. Ooh. And
that's nice. How do you do that?
So these guys have watched a lot of Joe Milton.
Yeah.
And they dump all over the pick. It's awesome. They're like, oh, well, maybe if you heard the last part, it's like, maybe if you have every need on your roster filled out and you want to blow a pick and waste it, go ahead. Take Joe Milton. Have at it.
When since post Peyton Manning and T. Martin have 8-4 quarterbacks been bad for Tennessee? Okay, what do you want them to do with a sixth round pick? I'm using another tackle, another corner, or a guy that, boy, if we can hone his skill and teach him how to play, and coach him up, sky's the limit.
All right,
because of the talent.
Can you teach a guy who's slow to process how to process faster?
Well,
can you teach a guy who doesn't extend plays to extend them? Can you teach a guy who avoids contact and is ducking out of bounds to do that? Can you teach a guy who has no touch beyond 20 yards and has poor accuracy down the field to all of a sudden have it? Like, I think the big things they hit on, and if you listen to them, Art, the decision-making is crap.
Okay.
Poor decision-making, just sort of flat-out strange at times, and doesn't really see the field and process it well.
The problem I had was the combine. Everybody's doing it on about the 80-yard pass. And I've sent you the drop. He takes like a 2-step drop, walks to his right, waits, and then fires. That's not football. That doesn't happen. You explode back on a 5-step drop, give me a hitch, and then you throw the ball 80 yards. He sent these footwork videos from yesterday. And Drake May's moving well. Joe Milton very lazy in his drop.
Which is why we're talking about this today, because you saw the tape and you did not like what you saw from Joe Milton.
The feet are not there. It's just not. Like, you rip Drake May for his footwork? Watch Joe Milton in a warm-up or a game. It's flat-footed. Lazy, drags the foot. Like, it's... Yeah, you can throw a ball through a wall. What's it going to do you when you're on your back? You know, Tennessee, you could get guys that are 6'6", 340, put them in front of you. You're going to block it up. You're going to block up Kentucky. You ain't going to block up the Jets. You don't have that time to do what he's doing against the Jets.
Did you think that Joe Milton was lollygagging out there a little bit between? Okay.
Lollygagging.
Yeah, let's give us all those takes you had yesterday. You were texting up a storm about Joe Milton. You were not happy.
No.
You didn't like his workout.
I've been on this since the combine. I told you this.
You don't like his footwork. You don't like how he's kind of slow moving around out there yesterday.
No sense of urgency from him.
He doesn't have great body language, which all brings us to this question.
You know what
is
he knows?
Bailey Zappi making this team over Joe Milton, and is Joe Milton at risk of getting cut?
Right now, I'd have Bailey Zappi making a team over him.
Absolutely. There it is. We got the take out of you. There it is.
If my ass is on the line, I'm my job, I'm coaching, and I'm seeing, and I've been talking to you about, the feet, the footwork, and you don't see it getting better. You don't see the want to it get better. See, I think what Milton does is he hears the talk of the arm, and we all love it, like oohing and on the 80-yard throws. And grab a box of oranges, throw them 100 yards. What's that going to do for you? If it doesn't translate to the field, and you can't hone that, then we're wasting reps here.
All right. It's interesting. These guys were watching with Raptors. It's interesting to see somebody else talk about Joe Milton because we had those debates all year. Fans had those debates. We had those debates on here. And to hear people in another market say some of the things that we saw here. I mean, part of it was, has the book on Milton changed? It doesn't sound like it to me, and I hate it because here's the thing I hate about it for him is he's got a $4 million contract sitting there if he makes the team. But it sounds like lollygagging is the word. He just doesn't have the good footwork. I think, and by the way, that was Scott Zolak, Mark Bertrand in Boston that ran our show and reacted to it. Zolak's former NFL quarterback for the Patriots, Jets, and Dolphins. Also, he's part of the Patriots play-by-play team. So I think at first, where he's kind of defending Joe Milton, I think that was Patriots, Scott Zolak. And then when Mark Bertrand kind of rode him a little bit, he turned into ex-quarterback, Scott Zolak. But we thank them for mentioning us and for praising our production values. But my question is this. For those people who were worried, people have caught on to Heupel's offense. We said, I think it's just a one-year thing with this particular quarterback. This makes me feel even more certain of
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think their criticisms of Milton was everybody's criticisms of Milton, at least the people that wanted to criticize Milton. So, and he skipped the bowl game because of the draft. And he goes in the 6th round, which everybody kind of thought was where he was going to be anyway. My question becomes, does this guy really like even playing football?
You made the comment, I think on that very show, it was the same crew, by the way, on our post-draft show. I think you made the comment that he's not a guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes football.
Yeah.
That certainly is what that take from Scott Zolak.
I mean, he told us on our show last year during SEC Media Days, told Tyler Ivins and I, that I went home and thought about quitting this sport. You're about to be the starter after being the backup for years, and you thought about not coming back and playing college football anymore. It makes you wonder, does he really want to play college football, or does he want to play football at any level right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
Chuck Cavallaris.
Cavallaris.
What do you think?
Well, it didn't work out at Michigan. It didn't really work out at Tennessee.
Yeah.
What makes you think it's going to work out with the Patriots?
Exactly.
Well, I never thought it was going to work out with the Patriots.
Tennessee got more production out of him than Michigan got out of him. I just go back to the Senior Bowl. What we saw in that game with more level talent on both sides was what we saw throughout his college career. He made some bad reads, threw a bad interception. That's the guy I think you're going to get in the NFL.
Very quickly, like 20 seconds. Do you put any of this footwork issues on Heupel and Joey Halsley?
I don't, but he was, I mean, you could certainly argue he was there long enough to coach that stuff out of him. I mean,
3 years.
Yeah, I didn't see it on that particular day. Obviously, it could have been just a low-effort day from him. Who knows? We'll see if that remains
But he was
an
also
issue.
talking about the tapes that he had.
But
so.
yeah. So it's, I don't know. That's an interesting discussion because he was there a while.
Okay, when we come back, we got time for one more quick segment, and there are big changes coming to college football on TV this fall. We'll run through those, discuss them, see what you think about them. Come on back on the Sports Source.